Okay, welcome to a very quick tutorial series that will show you how to develop your own game in the GameFrame piece of code. So more or less what we're looking at here is a piece of code developed by Stephen Tucker, and what it will allow you to do is it sets up the basis for a Pygame game creation sort of area, which is going to make things really easy for you so that you can just concentrate on building your objects, building your rooms, and then using your images and sounds to enhance gameplay. So to get a hold of GameFrame, what you need to do is come to github.com/tuckster, so that's the address there, and then if you click on the GameFrame repository here at the top, you can then download a version of that in a zip file, and then that'll obviously pop down onto your desktop. So I'm just going to quickly drop down there, and you can see here is where I have my GameFrame master zip file ready to go. So I'm just going to right click on that one and say extract all. Okay, and this is what we're left with. Now, it's very important at this stage, so that GameFrame does work properly, that we delete this extra folder that it's going to fill in. Okay, so that's going to drop it on our desktop, but it's going to mean that there's not an extra folder sitting over the top. So I'm just going to grab that from off screen. When I open that one up, what I should see is these folders here. Okay, if you double click on your unzipped folder and you find that there is another folder sitting inside, and then when you open that one, you get these files here, you need to go back and make sure that you unzip that one properly. Now from here, what we're going to do is just quickly rename this. So I'm going to rename it Vegie Samurai. Okay, and then that's going to be the basis for my project that I use in PyCharm. All right, now also sitting on my desktop here, you can see I've got 3 assets. So I've got a carrot icon, a bomb icon, and a background. I'm just going to quickly rename these so that they're just carrot and bomb. Okay, so I've got my 3 assets sitting there. What I might do is just quickly copy these. So Control C, open up my folder, come into my images, and paste those in. Okay, now that they're in the images folder, it means that when we open our project in PyCharm, that is going to make things so much easier for us because the images will be already sitting there ready to go. Now, if you don't have a carrot, a bomb, or a background, I'll quickly show you where I've got mine from. So the carrot one, I come to Icon Ninja, and I think this is where Stephen found his as well. But iconninja.com, I searched for carrot, okay, and then I found one here. Its original size is 128 by 128, but we want to download the 32 by 32 sized one here, okay, and then the same for the bomb. So you can find any bomb you like. But again, on Icon Ninja, just search for bomb, and then I grabbed the 32 by 32 pixel version. Okay, and then for the background, I went to this pxhere.com site, searched for wooden cutting board, and then this is this wooden cutting board that we found here, and we've downloaded that in a 800 by 600 format. And the reason for that is because that's what the default room in GameFrame is going to be set up. So we're setting ourselves up so that everything's basically ready to go, and we won't have to do any manipulation of our images. So the next thing that we want to do is we actually want to sit down and start to set up our PyCharm environment. So I'm going to come up and say new project. Okay, then I need to go and find where that folder is. So obviously I'm looking at this point for my desktop, and then I want to find Vegie Samurai. And once I've got that, if yours still opens like this one, just toggle that little window open, come down and make sure that you can select existing interpreter and that you have Python obviously installed. Now we will need Pygame installed for this game to work as well, which means that you will need to maybe do a pip install for that. So we hit the create button. It tells us that our folder is not empty, obviously, because there's a heap of code files in there, and we've obviously placed 3 assets in there as well. And yes, we want to do that one, and then I want to say that I want to get it from this window, so that's just going to take over the window that we were working in. Now from here, if I toggle open Vegie Samurai, you can see that I now have all of my folders sitting there ready to go. So I've got my GameFrame folder, I've got my images, and you can see that our 3 images are in there ready to go. And then I've got a place for my rooms and sounds and things like that as well. So in terms of what all of this stuff does, the GameFrame folder basically holds all of the base code that you need. Now, we don't need to actually change any of that base code. Okay, all we need to do is modify the globals file here. Okay, and that's going to be the only one that we need to change. The rest of the stuff that's in that GameFrame folder, we just need to leave exactly how it is, and then everything will run perfectly. Our images folder that we have here is obviously the place that we're going to store all of our image assets. And then GameFrame has been pre-programmed to go and find those files inside the images folder. That's going to make it nice and easy. We are going to build all of our objects in our objects folder. We are going to build our room, which is like our level, in our rooms folder. And then in this game, we're not going to have any sounds, but if we did have some sound effects, we would place them there. The main game itself actually gets run off this main controller.py file. Okay, so we would normally run that. There's no point trying it now because it's not going to work. Now, in terms of our globals and what we need to change, the first thing we need to change here is the window name. So you can see that it's just set to GF game. So if I now change that to Vegie Samurai, okay, and then in terms of my levels, I'm not going to have 4 levels here, so I'm going to delete those ones. Okay, and then just change the name here from welcome screen to Vegie room, okay, which is important because we're going to change that one later. Now the end level, okay, this is the level that we want it to jump to when the game ends. We just want it to jump back to the start, so we're going to put that back to 0. Okay, and now that's basically it for our globals file. Okay, so we can close that one now because we're just making those very quick changes. We're naming the window Vegie Samurai, we're naming the room Vegie room, and then we're changing the end game level to 0. Okay, so those global variables are now all set. So we can close that one. The next thing we're going to do is actually set up our room, and we're going to do this quite quickly by just right clicking on the rooms folder here and then coming down to new and then selecting Python file. Okay, once we've done that, we don't need to put the extension on. We are able to just type the name in, and you'll notice that I'm typing Vegie room in, which is the same name that we set in our globals file just before. So when I press enter, that now gives me a vegieroom.py file. It appears in our rooms folder, and then we're basically good to go and we can start coding. So the first thing we need to do is start to import some stuff. So I'm going to say from GameFrame, import level. Okay, now these are case sensitive, so make sure that you are putting the capitals where they are. And then we're going to have class. We can create our class for Vegie room, and it is a level. Okay, so we're going to import that. And then we're going to say that we want to define its constructor. So that's an init function. Okay, now the init function itself does need to pass through a couple of extra arguments as well. So we need to also say that we want our screen argument and our joystick one. So these will come from level. Okay, now once we've got those entered, it's just a matter of putting some extra code in. So we're just going to say that level dot, and then its constructor is going to have self, screen, and joysticks as well. Okay, and then that's basically it to get started. Now this isn't going to look good. Oh, what have I got? I need an S up here. Okay, so you can see that those two didn't match up because this one was written in gray and then that one was underlined saying that it didn't exist. All right. Now from there, we also need to just jump into our init file here, so our constructor file in the rooms, and we just need to say to it, we want from rooms.vegieroom, import Vegie room. Now you can see that I'm not typing all of these sections. Basically, we do get some sort of text or code completion hints popping up. If you do press enter, it will fill in the rest of that code for you there. So from rooms.vegieroom, import Vegie room. And what we're saying there is go to the rooms folder, find the Vegie room file, and then import the Vegie room class. Okay, so that's what we're getting in our init file there. So if we now come down and we right click on our main room, or main controller, and then we select run, it'll open up our game for us. Okay, now it's just opened up screen, and that's what we get. So we can see that up the top here, we had Vegie Samurai, which was what we set in our globals file. And our game is just plain black because at the moment in our Vegie room file, we actually haven't told it to do anything. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do in this video, to keep it quite short, is just set the background. So in here, we're just going to say self.set_background image. So you can see that now I'm just going to select this method there, press enter, and then it is going to ask me what file. So I'm just going to say background.jpg. Okay, now it's very important that we obviously make sure we get the right file type and that we make sure we get the right spelling. But what we're saying here is go into our images folder and find our background.jpg file. So now if we run it though, what we should find, again it opened off screen, is that our background loads into our room. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this first video, because the next one we're going to move on to is starting to create our first object and adding some images in and things like that. So I'm going to leave it there, and we will see you over in the next video.